Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tressel Field at the George Finnie Stadium on the campus of Baldwin Wallace University. It's Ohio Athletic Conference men's lacrosse tournament time as the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets, the number 2 seed in this year's field, plays host to the Capital Comets. Capital comes in riding a 4-game winning streak. Baldwin Wallace on a 7-game winning streak that started with a 10-9 victory over these same Comets down at Bernlohr Stadium in Bexley on April 6th. Capital will be in purple uniforms with silver numerals and lettering in a white trim on the fronts and backs of the jerseys, Capital written across the chest. Baldwin Wallace will be in white with brown numerals and lettering, Baldwin Wallace written across the front of the jersey, and they have brown and gold trim on the sleeves of the jersey. Starting it off for the Comets at midfield, a 5'10 junior from Dublin Scioto High School, number 2, Ty Chase. On defense, a 6-foot graduate student from Powell and Olentangy Liberty High School, number 9, James Howenstein. On attack, a 6'2 graduate student from Granville, number 15, Jake Belt. On attack, a 6'1 senior from Powell, Olentangy Liberty High School, number 16, Mason Spalding. The face-off specialist is a 5'9 sophomore from Olentangy Liberty High School, number 18, Freddie Node. In goal, a 5'11 freshman from Granville, Ohio, number 31, Luke Cadlick. The long stick midfielder is a 5'9 sophomore from Collegeville, Pennsylvania, number 35, Gino Nave. On defense, a 6'3 sophomore from Dublin, Ohio, and Olentangy Liberty High School, number 38, Mason Patrick. Another long stick midfielder is a 6-foot freshman from Soughton, Wisconsin, number 39, Eric Patterson. And at midfield, a 6-foot senior from Lebanon, Ohio, number 50, Drew Bolin. A.J. Smith is the coach for the Comets, and he is in his 3rd season. The Yellow Jackets will control the opening draw. They'll get the ball into the attack zone quickly. It's sent up the field to Noah Dodgen. Dodgen behind the net, runs to the goaltender's right, fires it towards the net, and it's a save for the Comets. And they will pick up the loose ball. Cadlick with the diving save on the Yellow Jackets' first shot of the game. And now Capital gets it into the attack zone. Bolin had it, gave it up to Chase. Chase then sends it right side to Jake Belt. Belt sends it left side. That's to Nathan Montgomery, a 5'10 graduate midfielder from Big Walnut High School in Sunbury, Ohio. Just a quick trip up I-71 from the Bexley campus. Now Spalding with it off right side. Halfway through the shot clock for the Comets with Montgomery taking a pass. He'll send it left side to Jacob Poole and then get it right back. And he and Poole will play a 2-man game trying to set up an attack. Poole on the drive, fires it towards the net, and it's caught by Samuel Piccolo, the Yellow Jacket goalkeeper, with the save. He'll outlet it near side to Noah Bartos. Bartos lobs it midfield. That's to Ethan Hinkson. He'll send it to Bennett Trout in the attack zone. Trout off left side. Outlets it to Reichen Geiselhart. Geiselhart finds Kuhnman going to the net, and he sails it wide and to the left of the goal. The Yellow Jackets will keep possession. Noah Dodgen has it. Dodgen gets a screen, swings it to Kuhnman. Kuhnman wraps it around the goal, spins to his left, goes right, drives behind the net. Comes back in front, looking for a shooting lane. It's not there. Capital playing good on-ball defense. Dodgen with it. Sends it out top to Trout. It gets reversed to Nate Hoover. Hoover backs it out. Now he charges towards the net. Hoover with the shot. It's a save for the Comets. Joining Hoover in the starting lineup, along with Samuel Piccolo in goal, the 6'1 senior from Mason. It is Jake Nanoski who generates a turnover. Out to Hoover, courtesy of Bennett Trout. Hoover off right side. Yellow Jackets going from right to left across your computer screens and TVs in this first quarter. Capital going left to right. Lob pass behind the cage, caught by a lunging Bennett Trout to keep possession. He'll outlet it right wing to Nanoski. The pass to Geiselhart will sail away from him, but Bennett Trout will hustle after it and control it. Gives it to Geiselhart. Out front it goes to Jake Nanoski. He fires it towards the cage, and the Yellow Jackets will keep possession. They'll get a refreshed shot clock to 60 seconds as the official says that ball caromed off the top of the goal. Dodging with it, he gets a wraparound shot towards the net, and it's deflected out. The Yellow Jackets will keep it. That's Jake Kuhnman who will hustle after it and give it to Nate Hoover. Hoover fakes a drive to his left, drives to his right, draws a switch on defense, and sends it behind the net to Bennett Trout. Out to Reich and Geiselhart. Geiselhart on the drive, gets it poked away. Bennett Trout will sky after it, deflected enough to create some space and then track it down. Jake Nanoski with it. Nanoski drives to his right, goes back left. Jake Nanoski then cuts back to his right once more, winds, fires, and bounces it in for the Yellow Jacket goal. BW with a 1-0 lead over the Comets with 10:56 to go here in this first quarter, and the Yellow Jackets' all-time leading scorer puts another one on the board as Jake Nanoski finds the back of the goal. Zach Soul will take the face-off for BW. He doubles as a linebacker on the football team. And he was drawn against Freddie Node, and the Yellow Jackets will commit an infraction, so Capital will get the ball. Node up to Belt. Belt along the right wing, drives to the middle, fires it, and buries it low right corner. We're even just like that. 11 seconds for the Comets to draw even with the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. Along with Lopiccolo, Nanoski, Dodgen, and Hoover and Trout, the Yellow Jackets send out 6-foot sophomore midfielder from Westerville, number 25, Ian Sheely. On defense, a 5'8 sophomore from Grand Rapids, Michigan, number 26, Ethan Hinkson. Joining him on defense, a 5'10 freshman from Clarkston, Michigan, number 27, Gavin Pate. As well as Kuhnman, who is a 6-foot sophomore attack from Fairport, New York, and a 6'2 sophomore defender from Greensboro, North Carolina, number 37, Loudon Peters. The Yellow Jackets get a takeaway as Lopiccolo will lob it down the field to Sheely. Sheely to Trout, left side. Behind the net, it goes to Dodgen, and he'll send it out to Jake Nanoski. Now it's out front to Hunter Boehm. Boehm over to Sheely, and he sails it high and wide of the cage. The Yellow Jackets will keep possession. Paxton Allison, a 6-foot freshman from Redondo Beach, California, on the field for the Yellow Jackets now. Trout out front to Nanoski. Sends it left side over to Dodgen. Dodgen on a drive. Goes back to his left, looking for a shooting lane. Tries to bounce it in. It goes wide and right of the cage, but the Yellow Jackets will keep possession. 22 seconds left on the shot clock. Play is whistled in with Bennett Trout in possession of the ball for the Yellow Jackets. Trout to Dodgen behind the net. Dodgen drives, tries to bounce it in, and he will. It's a Yellow Jacket goal. BW in front, 2-1 over the Capital Comets with 9:25 to play here in the first quarter. So it took a little while for both teams to find the net, but over the last minute and 31 seconds, we've had 3 tallies, and the Yellow Jackets are in front 2-1. Evan Vetter on for the draw for the Yellow Jackets. This is a good battle, and it will be scooped up by the Comets, hustling after it. Jacob Poole. Shot is deflected wide. Capital will keep possession. It gets sent out front to Poole. He'll send it left side to Nathan Montgomery. Back to Poole out top. He'll jog it close to midfield and then send it over to Aiden Manning. It'll get reversed back to Poole on the left side. Poole on the drive. Looking for a shooting lane. It's not there. He'll give it off into the right corner. Back out top to Poole. He'll send it left side once more to Montgomery. Montgomery on the drive. Kicks it into the left corner, right corner. Check that. It's Jake Belt with it. And he bounces it towards the cage, and Little Piccolo will scoop up the loose ball. Spalding is the leading scorer for the Comets as Little Piccolo's lob pass is intercepted by Patterson. And the Yellow Jackets will get the possession right back as they force a turnover and an infraction. Bennett Trout with it. Trout trying to get close to the net. He's taking an awful lot of whacks on that right arm. Keeps possession. Gives it out top to Kuhnman. Back to Bennett Trout. Trout behind the cage to Noah Dodgen. Dodgen feigns the pass back to Trout. Capital anticipated it. Now it's Patterson stepping in the passing lane, forcing Dodgen to jog it out, and he'll lob it toward midfield where it will be scooped up by Geiselhart. Geiselhart left side to Kuhnman. Kuhnman on the drive, loses his footing, gets absolutely clobbered. A Capital Comet loses his stick, but somehow Jake Kuhnman keeps possession. He'll send it over to Hoover on the right side. Hoover drives to his left, cuts back right, now on the right wing, looking for a driving lane. Behind the net it goes to Dodgen. Out to the left wing to Bennett Trout. Trout winds, looking like he was going to shoot, then passes out to Geiselhart. Into the middle of the field to Hoover. Hoover draws a double team. He loses it, and it is scooped up by Patterson, who then tries to hustle it back to the goalkeeper, and it's taken by Trout. He fires it into the back of the net for the Yellow Jacket tally. So the Yellow Jackets catch Cadlick out of position, and it is Bennett Trout who doubles the Yellow Jacket lead to 2. BW now in front 3-1 over the Comets with 6:51 to play in the first quarter. Vetter against Poole. Rather, Zach Soul, I should say, against Poole on the draw. And it will be Zach Soul who will scoop it up. Now charged toward midfield. Into the attack zone. He'll lob it up the field to Noah Dodgen and then head off so the Yellow Jackets can get another attacker on. That's Ian Sheely who will come on along with Hunter Boehm. Dodgen outlets it to Paxton Allison, then gives it to Boehm and gets it right back. Allison on the drive, sends it to Nanoski on the left wing. Nanoski runs to his right, fires it towards the net, and it's a save by Cadlick. He has some trouble scooping it up. Finally, he's able to shovel it in to the pocket of his stick and outlet it to Max Schillig. Schillig gives it back to Cadlick. He'll try to outlet it, but Capital having all sorts of trouble, and finally they will get it across midfield as Drew Bolin will bowl his way across midfield. Jake Belt with it in the right corner, sends it behind the net to Ty Chase. Chase off left wing with a pass. Now it gets sent out front to Zen Kropp. And now over to Anthony Carasone. New look line for the Comets as Jonathan Hart has it. And sends it over to Mason Spalding. Spalding, the leading scorer for the Comets. Wrap around the head shot is into the back of the net. Wow! What a play by Spalding. That's goal number 72 on the season and point number 88 for the Comet. He has almost tripled the next leading scorer as Spalding has 72 goals. Ty Chase next on the team, 25 goals. An incredible 2024 season for Mason Spalding continues, and he cuts the Yellow Jacket lead down to 1. BW now with a 3-2 edge and 4:51 left to play in his first quarter. Vetter draws a triple team, coughs up the ball. It's scooped up by the Yellow Jackets, kept alive by Owen Tafe. He'll outlet it to Bennett Trout. The flags flew from the officials. Noah Dodgen to Jake Nanoski. Nanoski bounces it off the post, and it's controlled by the Comets. Stoppage in play. It should be a penalty against the Comets. One of them will head off. And the Yellow Jackets will play with a man up. Jake Nanoski very close to getting his second goal of the game. Just off the left post. Ian Sheely will restart play once the signal is given. He lobs it behind the net to Bennett Trout, who sends it right side to Nanoski. It gets sent over to Keon Mosier, back to Kuhnman, now to Nanoski. Behind the net it goes to Bennett Trout, back to Nanoski. Kuhnman to Mosier, and his pass is deflected, so the Yellow Jackets will keep possession. That's Ian Sheely who will restart play. To Bennett Trout behind the net, back to Sheely. He'll wind and send it way wide of the goal. The Yellow Jackets will keep possession. 4:01 left to go here in the first quarter. 32 seconds and counting in this possession for the Yellow Jackets. As Bennett Trout sends it out to Kuhnman. He rifles it toward the net, and it bounces off of the left post toward midfield. It's out of bounds, and possession will favor the Yellow Jackets, and that shot clock will be refreshed to 60 seconds. Sheely gets it into Trout. Trout to Nanoski, winds, fires, and it's a save. That was Geiselhart on the shot, and it was saved by Kadlik. He gets the outlet pass back, spins it in the pocket a couple times before lobbing it right side, and it'll get sent up the field. Cross field pass to Nathan Montgomery, gets it into the attack zone now. Montgomery jogs off to the right wing, now into the right corner, letting both teams get a little bit of a lineup reset. Under 3 minutes to play here in this first quarter. Yellow Jackets up over the Comets 3-2. Winner advances to Saturday's championship game. And just like that, we are even as Jacob Poole winds up and buries it top right corner for the equalizer. Again, the score is knotted at 3 with 2:44 to play in this first quarter. Yellow Jackets had hit 2 posts earlier in this first quarter. Chance to go up by multiple goals both times, unable to do so, and now we're back to even. Tyler Liu on the draw, wins it for Capital. It's sent up the field and jogged across midfield by Patterson. Patterson taking a couple of good whacks from John Bartolotto. And now a stoppage in play, a flag flies, and one of the Yellow Jackets will be sent off. Owen Tafe absolutely crushed one of the Comets, who spent a few seconds gathering himself on the turf before getting helped up by a teammate. Now we have a stoppage in play. While we have this opportunity, I want to remind you that tonight's Yellow Jacket men's lacrosse game is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics. University Hospitals, Jasinski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes, and Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Tonight's game is also brought to you by the Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event. And Antonio's Pizzeria of Middleburg Heights, the official pizza sponsor of Yellow Jacket Athletics. You're enjoying tonight's Yellow Jacket men's lacrosse Ohio Athletic Conference Tournament semifinal game on BWYellowJackets.com and OAC TV. The Comets called a timeout with 2:19 to go here in this first quarter. We are even at 3 goals apiece. And the Yellow Jackets will be down a man, as Tafe committed a penalty. It'll be Jacob Poole with the ball. Check that. Jake Belt with the ball to Jacob Poole. Now sends it out to Aaron Waltman. Gets reversed now behind the cage. Belt will end up with it on the right wing. Capital being very deliberate as they just go around the world with those passes. 2 complete circumferences, trying to get the Yellow Jacket defense out of alignment. Belt with it. Out top to Poole, who has the equalizer in tonight's game. Back to Poole out front. He loses a handle on it, scoops it back up, though. Sends it to Belt on the right wing. Belt back to Poole out top. Winds, fires, and is wide right of the cage. The Comets will keep possession, and they'll get a refreshed 60 on the shot clock. Poole gets a pass out top, winds, fires, and goes wide left of the cage. Capital keeps possession. Poole with it. Gets it right back. Off to the right side, sends it back left. The Yellow Jackets have burnt the time on the man advantage for Capital. And we're back to even. Aiden Manning with it on the left wing. 20 on the shot clock. Manning gets a screen from Poole. Drives to his right. Trying to cut back left. Gives it a Belt on the right wing. Belt behind the net with the pass to Chase. Comets with a drive towards the net, and they lose a handle on it. It'll be scooped up by Lopiccolo, caused turnover by the Yellow Jackets. Lopiccolo lobs it to midfield where it is hustled under and scooped up by Hunter Boehm, who is then sent off of the field onto the track. Well, Capital will get possession. 28 seconds left to go. Capital can use it all. 73 seconds and counting left on the shot clock. Belt with it right side. Drives middle. Sends a pass left side. Out front to Nathan Montgomery. He scoops it up after mishandling the pass. Working against Owen Tafe. He changes direction to his right. Draws a double team. Goes back left. Sends it over top of the net. And the Yellow Jackets will get possession. Lopiccolo lobs it to Noah Bartos. Bartos will run it out, and that will bring the first quarter of play to an end with the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets and Capital Comets even at 3 apiece. Before we step aside, I want to remind you that tonight's Yellow Jacket men's lacrosse game is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics. University Hospitals, Trasinski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes, and Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Tonight's game is also brought to you by the Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event. And Antonio's Pizzeria of Middleburg Heights, the official pizza sponsor of Yellow Jacket Athletics. You're enjoying tonight's Ohio Athletic Conference men's lacrosse semifinal on bwyellowjackets.com and OAC TV. We're going to step aside for a break. When we come back, second quarter action right here on OAC TV and bwyellowjackets.com. Welcome back, everyone. Matt Florjancic on the call of tonight's Ohio Athletic Conference men's semifinal as the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets take on and host the Capital Comets. The Yellow Jackets and Comets even at 3 apiece as we get set for second quarter action. It will be Vetter against No Day on the draw, and it will be won by the Comets. The Comets going from right to left here in this second quarter. They are sporting purple jerseys with white helmets and shorts. The Yellow Jackets in the full white uniforms going left to right here in the second quarter. Turnover on an errant pass by the Comets gives the Yellow Jackets their first possession of the quarter. Dodging with a pass out to Jake Nanoski. Nanoski out front to Jake Kuhnman. Over to Ian Sheely. Sheely outlets it back to Kuhnman. Kuhnman off left wing. Kuhnman all the way behind the net now. Drives to his right. Cuts back and sends it to Noah Dodgen behind the net. Out to Nate Hoover on the right wing. Hoover on the drive to Dodgen. Middle of the field pass to Sheely, and it's a save by Kadlick, but the Yellow Jackets will get the loose ball, and now a penalty flag flies. Brief discussion by the officials. And it looks like one of the Comets will head off. The officials now discussing it with the representatives from both teams. And we have heavy substitutions on both sides. It looks like the Yellow Jackets get on 3 fresh bodies, while the Comets send on 3 of their own. Nanoski will have it once play resumes after the conversations with both coaching staffs. Capitals A.J. Smith having a long conversation with the official. BW coach Tony Tatro, also in his 3rd season, along with like A.J. Smith of the Comets. didn't get that much of a discussion with the officials, which means he probably was in agreement with what they had to say. The Yellow Jackets with it. It's Sheely off left side, out top to Kuhnman. He'll send it right side to Nanoski. Nanoski behind the cage to Bennett Trout. Back to Nanoski on the right wing. He'll wind, fire, and have it deflected. Nanoski will hustle after it. 13:20 to play here in the first half. It's Nanoski to Kuhnman. Out front it goes to Mosier. Now a shot towards the net is wide, and the Yellow Jackets will keep possession. Bennett Trout with it. Trout behind the cage, sends it to Kuhnman. Kuhnman drives to his right, looking for a shooting lane. Gets it knocked loose, and it's a turnover by the Yellow Jackets. That's hauled in by the Comets. That's James Howenstein with the pass. Gets it up the field to Ty Chase. And the Yellow Jackets will be flagged for an infraction as Chase went to a spin move and then got sent to the deck. The Yellow Jackets will play a man down defensively. Capital with 6 attackers on. BW with 5 on the defense. Belt with it in the corner. Gets it right back from Waltman. Sends it behind the cage to Patterson. Now out front it goes. This time to Spalding. The deflection on a pass is stopped by Lopiccolo, and now he'll scoop up the loose ball after getting the save. Great play by the senior keeper for the Yellow Jackets. The Yellow Jackets send it all the way up the field. Bartos' pass, though, intercepted by the Capital keeper, Kadlik, and he goes across midfield before an errant pass sails out of bounds, with Capital looking to capitalize on a man advantage, and they will be unable to do so. It's a turnover for the Comets. Possession to the Yellow Jackets. Noah Bartos with it. Sends it behind the cage to Lopiccolo. Lopiccolo sends it right side to Gavin Pate. Gets it right back, lobs it near sideline to Bartos. He'll get it across midfield. Noah Bartos sends it to Jake Nanoski, right side. Nanoski on a drive, gets a screen from Bartos. Sends it out top. Yellow Jackets with a quick reset. Nate Hoover in possession of the ball. Hoover sends it to Sheely. Sheely gives it right back, right side to Hoover. Hoover on the drive. Lobs it behind the net to Bennett Trout. It passed to the left wing, stolen away by the Comets. They hustle down the field. It's Ty Chase with it. He gets it deflected, and now it is batted away and scooped up by the Yellow Jackets. That was Hingson who came up with the turnover. He lobbed it to Lopiccolo, who then outlets it right side to Jake Kuhnman. Four and a half minutes gone here in this second quarter of play. We're even at 3. Neither team has gotten on the board yet in this second quarter of play. Geiselhart takes a pass left side. On the drive. Gives it out top to Kuhnman. Kuhnman sends it to Nanoski on the right wing. Nanoski back to Kuhnman. He winds, fires, and buries it into the back of the net for the Yellow Jacket goal. BW with a 4-3 lead over the Capital Comets with 10-11 left to play here in this second quarter. Nanoski picks up the helper. That's his 27th assist on the season. He is the leading scorer for the Yellow Jackets. Vetter against No Day, and Vetter will be called for an infraction. The Yellow Jackets will be on defense. Belt with it right side. Sends it behind the cage. The pass gets out to Chase on the left wing. Now out front to Carasone. He'll back it out and lob it over to Jonathan Hart. Hart sends it near side left to Mason Spaulding. The 70-goal scorer for the Comets charges towards the cage. Winds, fires, and buries it. And for the second time tonight, stop me if you've heard this before, but Spaulding has the equalizer for the Comets. Four on the scoreboard, 9:29 to play here in the second quarter. And it will be Zach Soul taking the draw against Freddie Node of the Comets. Soul overruns the ball and scoops it towards a teammate. Now it's deflected towards Noah Bartos, and he'll control it for the Yellow Jackets. Bartos lobs it to Nanoski right side. He loses a handle on it, then overran it thinking Capital was going to scoop it up, and Howenstein had trouble with it before controlling it. So a turnover by the Yellow Jackets leads to a possession for the Comets. Patterson back to Cadlick. Up the middle of the field with a pass to Montgomery. He had it bounce out of the pocket, but scooped it up on the bounce. Now to Belt, and he buries it to give Capital the 5-4 lead over the Yellow Jackets with 8:45 to play in the first half. Patterson picks up the helper for the Comets, and the Yellow Jackets find themselves trailing by a goal now. Soul on the draw for the Jackets. Tyler Liu, the freshman faceoff specialist from Bishop Watterson High School in Columbus, on the draw for the Comets. It's won by Capital. Ty Chase with it off left side. Out top it goes to Bolin. He winds, fires, and sends it high and wide of the cage. Capital will keep possession. Jacob Poole with it for the Comets out top. He'll give it off to Manning and then get it right back. Gets reversed behind the net to Mason Spaulding. Out front to Poole once more. He'll send it to Manning on the left side. Manning drives towards the middle of the field. Capital has had a lot of success driving from left to right. Now Belt with a shot wide and to the left of the goal. Capital will keep possession. 36 seconds left on the shot clock. Nathan Montgomery with possession. Out top to Jacob Poole. Gets sent behind the net to Chase. Now to Montgomery. Montgomery on the drive. Stutter steps to his left. Goes right. Off to Manning on the wing. Manning back to Montgomery. He'll send it over to Spaulding on the left. Spaulding on the drive. Winds up. Couldn't get a shot towards net. But Ty Chase will, and Ty Chase will put it in for the Capital Comet goal. They go up by 2. Capital leads it 6-4 over the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets with 7:27 left to go here in the first half of play. Zach Soul on a draw for the Yellow Jackets comes away with the ball, loses it, and now hustles after it once more, gets it poked away once more by the Comets, and Capital will get possession. A long lead pass for the Comets, sails out of bounds. The Yellow Jackets will not get possession. It's John Bartolotto who lobs it to Caleb Fox across midfield. Fox with it off left wing. Gives it to Bennett Trout and then hustles off. Noah Dodgen with it. Back to Bennett Trout. Back to Noah Dodgen behind the cage. Dodgen looking for somebody to cut. Nobody's moving yet, so he gives it off right wing to Hoover. Hoover drives to his right. Lobs it over to Geiselhart. He'll send it behind the cage to Bennett Trout. Trout out left wing to Sheely. Sheely to Hoover right wing. Now to Noah Dodgen. He tries to bounce it in, and it sails wide of the cage. And it will be Yellow Jacket possession. Sheely with it. Plenty of time left as we hit the 6-minute mark left in the first half. And it'll be Sheely who goes upper left corner and buries it near side for the Yellow Jacket goal. That cuts the deficit down to 1. It's Capital 6, Baldwin Wallace 5 with 5:59 to go here in the first half. Soul on the draw for the Yellow Jackets against No Day. And it will be scooped up by the Comets. That's Jacob Poole with it. Poole hustles into the attack zone. Capital has had some quick answers for Yellow Jacket tallies tonight. That is something the Yellow Jackets will look to prevent as Spalding sends it out to Chase, now to Montgomery. Montgomery looking for Aiden Manning. Now he'll just back it out towards midfield himself before giving it off to Manning at the top. Reverse it over to Poole. Into the corner it goes to Chase, now to Spalding. Spalding back to Chase. It gets reversed out top to Manning. He lost his footing but kept possession. Gives it off to Montgomery. Montgomery over to Belt. Belt on the cross from right to left. Throws it towards the net and it's saved by Lopiccolo. He feigns the downfield pass. Sends it near side. And it's nearly taken away by the Comets before it is controlled by Loudon Peters. Now it will be taken away by the Comets. They catch the Yellow Jackets going up the sideline and jar the ball loose. It's Chase out to Manning. Manning off left wing. Drives it into the corner. Now Manning goes behind the cage. Lobs it out to the right wing to Belt. Belt drives from right to left. Kicks it over to Montgomery. Montgomery over to Spalding. Spalding gets a screen. Sends it to behind the net to Chase. Chase on the run out. Out top it goes to Poole. Drives to his right, changes back to his left, winds, fires, and sends it wide and to the left of the net. Capital will keep possession. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Nathan Montgomery will throw it in to Jacob Poole. Poole out left wing to Chase. Now out top to Montgomery. Fires it towards the net, and it's a save for Samuel Lopiccolo. He sends it near side to Ryan Frankovic. And Frankovic will hustle across midfield, lower the shoulder, get through Manning, then send it behind the cage to Noah Dodgen, who gets absolutely clobbered. Noah Dodgen draws 2 flags from the officials as he got run over trying to secure the possession. 3:07 left to go here in the first half. It's Baldwin Wallace trailing the Capital Comets 6-5. And a timeout on the field by the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. While we have this break in the action, I want to remind you that tonight's Yellow Jacket men's lacrosse game is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics. University Hospital, Straczynski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes. And Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Tonight's game is also brought to you by the Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Ratuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event. And Antonio's Pizzeria of Middleburg Heights, the official pizza sponsor of Yellow Jacket Athletics. You're enjoying tonight's Yellow Jacket Ohio Athletic Conference men's lacrosse semifinal action against the Capital Comets on BWYellowJackets.com and OAC TV. 3:07 left to go here in the first half. Capital 6, Baldwin Wallace 5. Capital playing a man down after Noah Dodgen got run over trying to secure possession of the ball. And it looks like Jake Nanoski will be given the ball and will restart play. Nanoski sends it to Bennett Trout. Trout gets close to the net, goes upper right corner, and buries the game-tying goal for the Yellow Jackets. Trout caught Capital napping. Looked like he was trying to feign a pass to draw and spread out the Capital defense. And with that added space, he went far right side, upper corner, to draw the Yellow Jackets even at 6 with 3:01 to play in the second quarter. Soul on the draw for the Yellow Jackets, working against Tyler Liu, and it's Liu who comes away with it. Liu fires it towards the net, and just like that, the Comets take the advantage right back as he gets it past Lopiccolo to put Capital up 7-6. The transition game has been working wonders for the Comets tonight. That's the third time they've had a quick answer for the Yellow Jackets, and they once again hold the advantage by a goal. Vetter on the draw for the Yellow Jackets. Noah Bartow's giving chase, one of the Comets, and he dive after the ball, and it will be Capital who will control it. Drew Bolin will have possession. Just like you'd expect out of a 2 versus 3 matchup. A tight game as we near halftime with Capital in front. 7-6, Baldwin Wallace the 2 seed, Capital the 3. The winner gets the winner of John Carroll and Ohio Northern on Saturday for the OAC Tournament Championship. Chase sends it out to Carasone. Carasoni with it. Now to Belt. Back to Carasoni, but it deflects off of his stick. Caleb Fox flips it into the air twice, but overruns it. Now Capital knocks it all the way back toward midfield, and they will retain possession. And it's Carasoni with it. He'll outlet it to Mason Spalding. Spalding spins to his left, lobs it towards the cage, and it's saved by Samuel Opiccolo. It gets outletted to Caleb Fox near side. He stutter steps his way across midfield to Noah Bartos. It deflects off of Bartos' stick. It's scooped up by Jake Nanoski, goes high into the air before Caleb Fox will track it down. Fox sends it over to Bennett Trout. The Yellow Jackets looking to calm things down a little bit. And we have a timeout with 1 minute, 9 seconds left to go here in this first half. It's a timeout by the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. While we have this break in the action, I want to remind you that tonight's Yellow Jacket men's lacrosse game is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics. University Hospitals, Straczynski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes. And Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Tonight's game is also brought to you by the Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection, LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event. And Antonio's Pizzeria of Middleburg Heights, the official pizza sponsor of Yellow Jacket Athletics. You're enjoying tonight's Yellow Jacket men's lacrosse game on BWYellowJackets.com and OAC TV. Giving you an update on how the women's game between Baldwin Wallace and Capital is going down at Bernlohr Stadium at the half. It's Capital 13, Baldwin Wallace 3. Capital outscoring the Yellow Jackets 6-1 in the first quarter and 7-2 in the second. And then across the county, the Blue Streaks of John Carroll hold a slim 4-3 lead over the fourth-seeded Ohio Northern University Polar Bears. The winner of that game moves on to play the winner of this game on Saturday for the OAC Tournament Championship. The Yellow Jackets with possession. It's Nate Hoover holding the ball out top. Driving to his left. Now getting back to the middle of the field between the hash marks. Sends it over to Jake Nanoski on the right wing. Nanoski drives to his right. Back to Hoover. Overshoots him. Hoover will hustle after it and scoop it up. Hoover sends it over to Nanoski on the right side. Nanoski drives to his left. Now out top, sends a pass right side to Sheely. Sheely on the drive, gets bumped off his spot. Gets back to the left wing, now to the left corner, sends a pass behind the net to Bennett Trout. Trout spins to his left, back to Sheely. Sheely fires it towards the net, and it's wide of the cage. The Yellow Jackets will keep possession. 3 seconds left on the shot clock, 16 in the quarter, and Noah Dodgen will then send it into the far corner and make Capital go the full length of the field in 10 seconds. It's Cadlick with it, the keeper, sends it up the field to Bolin. Bolin loses a handle on it, rifles it towards the net, and that will bring the first half to a close with the Capital Comets holding a 7-6 lead over the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. We're going to pause for the halftime break. When we come back, we'll take a look at some first half statistics and then bring you second half action of this Ohio Athletic Conference men's lacrosse semifinal action from Berea. You're listening and enjoying BW Men's Lacrosse on BWYellowJackets.com and OAC TV. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tressel Field at the George Finnie Stadium on the campus of Baldwin Wallace University, where it's Ohio Athletic Conference men's lacrosse semifinal action as the two-seeded Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets find themselves on the wrong end of a 7-6 score to the number 3 seed Capital Comets. Taking a look at some first-half statistics for you. Luke Kadlick in net has allowed 6 goals, made 7 saves on 23 shots faced for a .538 save percentage. Jake Belt and Mason Spaulding lead the way with 2 goals each on 4 shots. Spaulding also with a helper in that first half. Ty Chase, Jacob Poole, and Tyler Liu have the other 3 goals, while Eric Patterson and Nathan Montgomery have tallied assists for the Comets. Looking at the Yellow Jackets, Samuel Piccolo, 7 goals allowed, 7 saves, 20 shots faced, .500 save percentage. Bennett Trout with 2 goals to lead the Yellow Jackets. Jake Nanoski, Noah Dodgen, Ian Sheely, and Jake Kuhnman, each with 1 tally. Jake Nanoski picking up the lone assist for the Yellow Jackets in that first half of play. Taking a look at the team numbers, BW out shooting Capital 23-20 overall, but Capital 14-13 edge in shots on goal. Saves even at 7, faceoffs 1. Capital doubling up the Yellow Jackets 10-5. Ground balls, BW leads 22-14. Clears the Yellow Jackets 7 of 7. Capital 6 of 7. BW has committed 9 turnovers to 7 for the Comets, who have caused 6 turnovers to the Yellow Jackets, 3 caused turnovers. Capital 0 of 2 with the man up. BW 1 of 3 with the man up. BW controls the ball, and they will go right to left here in this third quarter of play. BW in the white jerseys against Capital wearing the purple jerseys, going left to right here in this third quarter. Bennett Trout with it for the Yellow Jackets, out to Noah Bartos. He'll give it to Ian Sheely now, off left wing. Sheely behind the net with a pass to Noah Dodgen. Dodgen sends it out to Hoover. Hoover winds, fires, and we are even at 7 as Hoover buries it upper left corner to draw the Yellow Jackets even at 7 with 14:24 left to play here in the third quarter. Liu against Soul, and it's Liu who comes away with the faceoff draw win over to Belt, and a big kick save by Samuel Piccolo. Capital keeps possession. It'll be sent behind the net to Chase, now out to Montgomery, now over to Jacob Poole. Poole to Manning, who then gives it over to Mason Spaulding on the left side, back to Manning. Now behind the net it goes to Montgomery, back to Chase. Chase out left side to Spaulding, who then sends it to Jake Belt. Belt on the drive. Gives it to Poole, now back to Belt on the left wing. Out to Mason Spaulding. Spaulding on a drive to his right. Kicks it out to Ty Chase. Chase behind the cage to Montgomery. Now out top to Manning. Manning drives to his right. Loses a handle on it. Trying to track it down. Does so just inside of the line. Now hustles back towards the goal. Ty Chase with the shot. And it's waved off. It was a goal, but it was waved off for the shot clock violation. The Yellow Jackets catch a break there. They get the ball across midfield. It's Noah Bartos to Bennett Trout. Out top, it's Noah Dodgen with the redirect. And the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets go back in front. They cash in on the missed opportunity by the Comets and take an 8-7 lead with 13:03 to play in the third quarter. Evan Vetter on to take the draw against Freddie Nodé, and Nodé wins it cleanly. It'll get sent over to Ty Chase now. Chase out top, sends it off right side to Belt. Belt on the drive, winds, fires, and a bouncing shot is saved by Samuel Lopiccolo. Lopiccolo calls for the clear out of one of his teammates, now under duress, charges out towards the cage, scoops up the loose ball, lobs it down the far side of the field, I should say, and gets it to Hunter Boehm, who then gets it into the attack zone. Boehm into the corner to Dodgen. Dodgen outlets it to Reichen Geiselhart to Hunter Boehm, now near side to Paxton Allison. Allison on a drive to his left, gets around two defenders, fires it towards the net, and buries it for the Yellow Jacket goal. 3 straight scores for the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets, and they now own a 9-7 lead over the Comets with 12:01 to play here in the third quarter. Freddie Nodé wins the draw once again for the Comets. They'll get it to Ty Chase, get on some reinforcements. Chase drives to his left into the left corner, sends it behind the net, gets it right back from Mason Spaulding out to Nathan Montgomery on the left wing. Montgomery sends it out top to Jacob Poole. Poole drives off right side. Sends it over to Ty Chase. Chase behind the net with a pass. Gets outletted to Manning. Manning out top to Nathan Montgomery. Montgomery on the drive. Looking for a shooting lane. It's not there. He'll go to his left and sails it past the net. Capital will keep possession. It's Ty Chase. Sending it to Nathan Montgomery. Montgomery bounces it towards the cage. It's saved by Lopiccolo. Mason Spaulding with it. Lopiccolo way out of his net, scrambles back. Now a shot towards the net, sails wide left. Capital will keep it with 8 seconds left on the shot clock. And the Yellow Jackets will knock the helmet loose of Aiden Manning. As he goes to the turf, the flags will fly. And Capital will keep possession. They should get a new shot clock as the previous one had expired. Looks like Noah Bartos will be sent off. Play is signaled back in. The Yellow Jackets down a man. It's Jake Belt with it. Out to Jacob Poole. He'll send it over to Ty Chase on the left side of the field. Chase into the corner with a pass. We'll get it right back and send it back out top to Jacob Poole. Poole gets it back from Belt. Sends it back to Ty Chase. Now it's Poole on a shot, sends it wide left side of the cage. Capital will keep possession. Ty Chase catches the first pass, gets it right back from Jacob Poole, sends it into the corner. Shot towards the goal is wide and to the right. Capital once again keeping possession. 9:57 to go on a running third quarter clock with Baldwin Wallace in front, 9-7. Capital looking for their first tally of the second half. Spalding has the pass ricochet off of his stick. It's controlled by Gavin Pay to the Yellow Jackets. Now it gets to Ethan Hinkson in the middle of the field. Hinkson into the attack zone looking for an outlet. And finds it in Hunter Boehm. Boehm heads to the near sideline. Gives it to Ian Sheely. Yellow Jackets with possession of it. It's Nate Hoover on the right wing. Hoover out top to Nanoski. Nanoski sends it to Sheely. Winds, fires, and sends it wide right of the net. The Yellow Jackets will keep possession. It's Bennett Trout restarting the possession, driving to the right of the cage. Now backs it out, sends it to Noah Dodgen on the left wing. Dodgen fires it towards the net and buries it for the Yellow Jacket goal. BW now with a 10-7 lead over the Comets. 8:49 to play in the third quarter. No Day in the draw circle against Gavin Flack for the Yellow Jackets, a 6-foot sophomore from Reno, Nevada, and Robert McQueen High School. And it will be No Day who wins the draw thanks to a good box out. Now No Day crosses midfield. Outlets it left side to Ty Chase. Capital still looking for their first score of the second half. BW down 7-6 after the first half, has scored the first 4 in this second half to take a 3-goal lead. Jacob Poole out top, sends a pass left side. That's Zen Kropp, who then gives it to Mason Spalding. Spalding, a 70-goal scorer already with a couple tallies tonight, driving towards the net. Outlets it to Nathan Montgomery. Montgomery sends it right side. That was Belt trying to find the driving lane, and John Bartolotto kept that clean. And now it'll be a tally for the Capital Comets as Ty Chase puts it in and to the back of the net. And that will be Capital's first goal of this second half, coming at the near midway point. 7:46 left to play in the third quarter. Capital cuts the deficit to 2. Baldwin Wallace leads it 10-8. No Day and Flack back in the draw circle. And it will be scooped up by one of the Comets. Hustling in after it, Max Schillig. Well, now the Yellow Jackets are awarded possession after a brief stoppage in play. Owen Tafe sends it over to Bennett Trout left side. Now to Noah Dodgen in the left corner. Dodgen takes it behind the net. Outlets it far side. And it's Ian Sheely out top to Jake Kuhnman. Kuhnman drives off left side. Stutter steps to his right, goes left. Outlets it to Reichen Geiselhart. Now over to Jake Nanoski. Nanoski on the drive. Behind the net to Dodgen. Dodgen outlets it to Nanoski. Nanoski spins to his right, goes back left, outlets it to Sheely. Sheely middle of the field to Kuhnman, and it deflects off the top of the cage, off the crossbar. The Yellow Jackets will get a fresh 60 on the shot clock. Bennett Trout with it, driving to his right, cuts back left. Out to Jake Kuhnman. Kuhnman on the left wing. Kuhnman on the drive. Puts it to Trout, and Trout goes upper right corner for the Yellow Jacket tally, and the hat trick for Baldwin Wallace sophomore. Bennett Trout gives BW an 11-8 advantage with 6:27 to play in the third quarter. Tyler Liu on the draw for the Capital Comets. Zach Soul on the draw for the Yellow Jackets. And it will be Liu who wins it. Pass gets sent to Jake Belt from Drew Poland. Belt runs around a screen, sends it left side. Harrisone outlets it to Jonathan Hart. Hart drops it back to Zenkrop and then gets it right back. Hart driving towards the middle of the field after crossing all the way from left to right. Outlets it left wing. Hart will get it back. Drives himself to the left wing, now into the corner. He'll take it behind the net. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. It's Hart with it. Stutter stepping to his left, going right. Outlets it out top. That's Carasoni, who gives it off to Ty Chase. Chase kicks it behind the net. And that will be a shot clock violation on the Capital Comets. Good defensive possession for the Yellow Jackets there. Under 5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. It's Baldwin Wallace 11, Capital 8. The winner moves on to Saturday's Ohio Athletic Conference Tournament Championship game. Piccolo outlets it to Ethan Hinkson. Hinkson sends it to Bennett Trout. Trout off left side, behind the net to Noah Dodgen. Dodgen over to Nanoski. Jake Nanoski gives it to Nate Hoover, then over to Paxton Allison near midfield. Now to Hunter Boehm on the left side. Boehm on the drive. Winds, fires it towards the net, and buries it for the Yellow Jacket goal. Baldwin Wallace with a 12-8 advantage over the Capital Comets with 4:18 to play here in the third quarter. The Yellow Jackets with 6 tallies in that first half. How about this? In under 11 minutes in the second half, already with 6 more goals to storm ahead of the Capital Comets. The draw will be corralled by the Comets. It was Gino Nave with it and gave it off to Drew Bolin. Winner of this game gets the winner of the other Ohio Athletic Conference semifinal, where John Carroll currently holds a 6-4 advantage over the Ohio Northern Polar Bears. If John Carroll wins, they will host it. The Blue Streaks will host it, I should say, on Saturday. If John Carroll loses, the highest remaining seed, which would be the winner of this game, will host the OAC Tournament Championship. Spalding with the shot and Spalding with the goal. He goes upper right side and rockets a shot past Samuel Lopiccolo. That'll cut the deficit to 3 as Capital trails 12-9 with 3:32 to play here in the third quarter. After scoring the goal, the Comets win the draw. He'll be sent over to Jake Belt on the right side. Belt drives to the middle of the field. Lobs it down low. It deflects off of one of the Comets. Capital will hustle after the ball and keep possession. It's Jacob Poole sending it to Nathan Montgomery, now to Jake Belt on the right wing. Belt out top to Poole. He'll send it left side to Mason Spaulding. Spaulding drives, gets it bumped out of the pocket of his stick, and the loose ball will be scooped up by Gavin Pate to the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. He outlets it to Samuel Piccolo, near side to Noah Bartos. Bartos across midfield. Out top, he goes to Caleb Fox. Fox sends it right side to Nanoski. He'll fire it on net, and it is saved and flies all the way out of bounds. The Yellow Jackets will keep possession. They'll get a fresh 60 on the shot clock. Jake Nanoski with it to Noah Dodgen. Dodgen behind the net to Bennett Trout. Trout out front to Jake Kuhnman. Kuhnman sends it near midfield to Ian Sheely. Sheely drives to the middle of the field. Stutter steps. Changes direction to his right. Sends it over to Nanoski. Nanoski winds, fires, and sends it wide left side. And the Yellow Jackets will keep possession. 29 seconds left on the shot clock. BW in front by 3, 12-9. With 1:43 to play here in the third quarter. Bennett Trout with it. Bennett Trout drives to the net, and it's deflected out and put in by the Yellow Jackets. Number 50, Reichen Geiselhart, will bury the tally for BW off the deflection on the loose ball. He scoops it up and puts it in for the Jackets. Yellow Jackets come away with the possession. And Zach Soul winning it, and he'll send it over to Noah Bartos on the near side. Gets sent behind the net to Noah Dodgen now. Dodgen out to Nanoski. Out front to Nate Hoover. Hoover backs it out, gets some reinforcements for the Yellow Jackets. Hoover off right side. Being very deliberate. Yellow Jackets can use just about all of it. There's about a 4-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock here in the third quarter. Paxton Allison with it. On the drive, going to his right, skips it over to Nanoski. Jake Nanoski has it poked loose. It's kicked across midfield, and it will be deflected by the Yellow Jackets. It will be contested once more before BW runs out of the pile with the ball. It's sent over to Bennett Trout, left side, and we have a downed Capital Crusader who got tied up in the scrum for the loose ball that was kicked across midfield. And it's good to see him at least sitting up. He spent several seconds down with his face in the turf after rolling over to his stomach from his back. Now he's being attended to by the training staff. He will get up under his own power and head off. It looks like that was Ty Chase. Some of his teammates and some of his opponents, too, took a knee while he was down. Sending him some good wishes. Fortunately, he is able to walk off under his own power. 11 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. The Yellow Jackets up by 4, 13-9. Chance to make it 5 on this possession. Paxton Allison will be over the ball. Once play is signaled back in, a brief conversation with the officials now. And the shot clock will be reset so the Yellow Jackets can use it all. All 11 seconds left in this third quarter of play. Paxton Allison with it. Charges behind the net. Lobs it to Nanoski, tries the deflection. It's loose, and it is scooped up and rolls out of bounds as the third quarter comes to an end. Baldwin Wallace starts the fourth quarter with a 13-9 lead over the Capital Comets in Ohio Athletic Conference men's lacrosse tournament action. Before we pause for a break, I want to remind you that tonight's Yellow Jacket men's lacrosse game against Capital is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics, University Hospitals, Straczynski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes, and Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Tonight's game is also brought to you by the Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893, Chuck Ratuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider, Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University, Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics, Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event, and Antonio's Pizzeria of Middleburg Heights, the official pizza sponsor of Yellow Jacket Athletics. You're enjoying tonight's Yellow Jacket men's lacrosse game on BWYellowJackets.com and OAC TV. We'll be right back with fourth quarter action on the other side of this break. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tressel Field at the George Finnie Stadium on the campus of Baldwin Wallace University. It's fourth quarter action here between the Capital Comets and Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. Capital trails BW 13-9 as we start this fourth quarter. They win the opening draw and take it into the attack zone. Now they'll back it out towards midfield. It'll be Nathan Montgomery with it. Good to see Ty Chase back on the field after he got hurt in a scrum late in that third quarter. He was able to shake off whatever ailed him enough to get back on the field. The winner moves on to Saturday's OAC Tournament Championship game against either the fourth-seeded Ohio Northern Polar Bears or top-seeded John Carroll University Blue Streaks. Mason Spalding with it for the Comets. He drives to the right wing, then backs it out. Resets a drive, goes to his right. Gavin Pate making him work for it, forcing him to give up the ball to Ty Chase. Now Spalding gets it back, tries to go low near side. It's saved by Samuel Lopiccolo and scooped up by Loudon Peters. Peters to Lopiccolo, who then lobs it up the field to Noah Bartos. Bartos puts his chin down and hustles across midfield before he lobs it over to Noah Dodgen. It'll go back to Noah Bartos. Bartos gives it to Ian Sheely. Sheely out top to Nate Hoover. Back to Sheely on the right wing. Sheely behind the net to Dodgen. Now to Bennett Trout. Trout will give it back to Dodgen. Dodgen now gives it to Nate Hoover. Hoover backs it out. Charges to the right wing. Hoover on the drive. Bounces a pass to Bennett Trout, who then reverses it left wing. That's Jake Kuhnman with it out top. Now over to Jake Nanoski on the right wing. Nanoski out to Ian Sheely. Sheely in the middle to Hoover. Wind up shot is in for the Yellow Jacket goal. Hoover with his back towards the goal did a spin move in the air, went lower right corner and buried it for BW. BW now with a 5-goal advantage. They lead at 14-9 with 12:49 to play in this fourth and final quarter. Vetter in the face-off circle for the Yellow Jackets against Tyler Liu, and it'll be BW who wins it. They go all the way back to Lo Piccolo. He'll outlet it to Loudon Peters near side. Peters, middle of the field, sends it up to Gavin Pate. Pate gives it to Bennett Trout, now to Noah Dodge, and over to Jake Nanoski. Nanoski out front to Paxton Allison. Allison behind the net. It goes to Noah Dodgen. Dodgen out to Nanoski on the right wing. Nanoski on the drive. Kicks it out to Reichen Geiselhart. Now it gets reversed into the left corner. That's Bennett Trout who loses a handle on it, trying to scoop it up, and he will. Bennett Trout winds to his right. Jumping shot, sails wide of the cage, and the Yellow Jackets will keep possession. 24 seconds left on the shot clock, 11:46 left to go in the fourth quarter of play. BW in front by 5, 14-9. The winner of this game advances to Saturday's Ohio Athletic Conference Tournament Championship. Bennett Trout behind the net, gets a pass from Paxton Allison, and gives it to Hunter Boehm, now to Allison, now out to Geiselhart. He feigns the pass to Nanoski, goes back left side. Gets it back this time. He will send it to Nanoski. Back to Geiselhart out top. And a stoppage in play is called. Brief officials conference on the far side of the field. The winner of this game plays the winner of John Carroll and Ohio Northern, currently with 11:49 to play in the fourth, or rather check that, 7:52 to play in the fourth quarter now. It's John Carroll 7, Ohio Northern 5. Are doing battle on the women's side, and the Comets hold a 21-7 lead over the Yellow Jackets late in the fourth quarter. Allison on the drive, kicks it to Bennett Trout behind the net. Out front to Dodge, and he tries to redirect the pass as he's the field, and his shot cage. Yellow Jackets will control it with 7 seconds left to go on the possession. Out front to Dodge, and he winds and bounces it in for the Yellow Jacket goal. With 1 second left on the shot clock, Noah Dodgen puts the Yellow Jackets in front by 6. They lead it 15-9 with 11:01 to play in this one. Zach Soul taking a draw against Freddie Nodé, and it'll be Nodé who will come away with it. He'll outlet it near side to James Howenstein, then gives it to Mason Patrick. Now it's across midfield, and the shot on net is saved by Samuel Piccolo. Capital will get 60 seconds on the shot clock after the save. Manning with it, sends it to Jacob Poole. Poole over to Montgomery, gets it back, then sends it right back to Montgomery on the left side. Montgomery lobs it middle of the field to Manning, and he bounces it in for the Capital goal. Going to his right, Manning fires it back left and bounces it in for an impressive tally. That cuts the Yellow Jacket run and puts the deficit down to 5. It's BW 15, Capital 10, 10:20 to play in the fourth quarter. The Yellow Jackets, Evan Vetter wins it on the draw, sends it all the way back toward his goal to Ethan Hinkson. Hinkson then drives it across midfield. Looking to get it to Bennett Trout, throws it too long, and it will be scooped up by the Capital keeper, who then outlets it near side, and a clock cleaning hit by John Bartolotto leaves one of the Comets down on the field. Montgomery Chai Chase with a shot. He goes low right side and buries it for Capital's second straight goal. Max Schillig picks up the assist for the Comets. What was a 6-point lead for the Yellow Jackets is down to 4 now. 9:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. BW leading 15-11. Soul versus Lou on the draw. Once we get play back underway. Long conversation on the sideline with Tony Tatro and one of the officials. It looks like John Bartolotto, after that decleating hit, was sent off for a penalty. The Yellow Jackets will play a man down. And now we have a timeout taken. BW will take the timeout while we have this break in the action. I want to remind you that tonight's Yellow Jacket men's lacrosse game is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics, University Hospitals, Straczynski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes, and Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Tonight's game is also brought to you by the Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event. And Antonio's Pizzeria of Middleburg Heights, the official pizza sponsor of Yellow Jacket Athletics. You're enjoying tonight's Yellow Jacket men's lacrosse game on BWYellowJackets.com and OAC TV. 3:49 left to play across the county, and John Carroll clinging to a 7-5 lead over the Ohio Northern Polar Bears. John Carroll, the number 1 team in the tournament field this year. Ohio Northern, the number 4 seed, trying to pull the upset. The winner of that game gets the winner of this game tonight as the second-seeded Yellow Jackets lead it 15-11 over the third-seeded Capital Comets, who have scored 2 straight and cut the deficit to 4 with 9:45 to play in this fourth quarter. The Comets win the draw. It's Freddie Node who wins it. He sent it back to Drew Bolin. Bolin heads off after outletting the ball to Belt, now to Poole, over to Chase, now to Mason Spaulding, back to Ty Chase. Out top it goes to Jacob Poole. He'll send it to Jake Belt on the right wing. Behind the cage it goes to Nathan Montgomery. Then it gets reversed out top to Ty Chase. Chase to Charlie Howenstein. Howenstein with it on the left wing now. Just over halfway through the shot clock. 30 seconds left now on that shot clock. Capital being very deliberate. Howenstein with a pass. It's wide of Belt, but it's scooped up by Mason Spaulding. And now a stoppage in play and a timeout by the Capital Comets. 8:38 to go here in the fourth quarter. Baldwin Wallace with a 15-11 edge over the Comets. 18 seconds left on the shot clock when we resume play from Tressel Field. While we have this break in the action, I want to remind you one more time that tonight's Yellow Jacket men's lacrosse game is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics. University Hospitals, Chasinski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes, and Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Tonight's game is also brought to you by the Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event. And Antonio's Pizzeria of Middleburg Heights, the official pizza sponsor of Yellow Jacket Athletics. You're enjoying tonight's Yellow Jacket men's lacrosse game on BWYellowJackets.com and OAC TV. Once again, 8:38 to play here in this fourth quarter. Baldwin Wallace with a 15-11 edge over the Capital Comets. 18 seconds left on the shot clock for the Comets, who have scored two straight after falling down by 6, 15-9. They have come back with two quick goals. They're looking to make it three straight on this possession. Nathan Montgomery out top, drives middle of the field, goes to his left, gets it poked out of the pocket from behind, and the possession will stay with the Comets. 5 seconds left for them to lift a shot and get it on net. It's thrown towards Samuel Piccolo, and he catches it out of the air. Outlets it near side to Noah Bartos. Bartos working against Ty Chase. Gets across midfield, gets around Poole. Spin moves, throws it into the attack zone to Noah Dodgen. Dodgen out to Noah Bartos. Back to Noah Dodgen. Dodgen behind the cage to Bennett Trout. Back to Noah Dodgen it goes once more. He's in the right corner. Dodgen going to his left, fires it towards the net. It's deflected and scooped up by the Comets. Max Schillig hustles it across midfield, shot on net, and it is a goal for the Capital Comets. Jake Belt with a third straight tally for Capital, as now they trail by 3, 15-12, with 7:36 to play in this fourth quarter. Just like that, this game got ever so much more interesting as we near the halfway mark of the fourth quarter. And the Capital faithful have let their voices be heard all night, especially when their team needs them most. Down still by 3 goals after scoring 3 straight. On the draw, you could hear them in the background saying, "Let's go, Cap." And they will try to get another tally on the board. Cross-field pass to Ty Chase. It's out top with the pass, and hustling after it to keep it in bounds somehow was Jonathan Hart. Out of Jake Belt. Belt over to Ty Chase. Ty Chase outlets it near side to Anthony Carasoni. Now out to Jonathan Hart. Hart on the drive. Off to the right wing. Out to Carasoni. He'll send it left side to Jake Belt. Belt on the drive. Behind the net it goes. And sent out really quickly to Mason Spalding. He'll catch the short hop pass and back it back out. 10 on the shot clock. Spalding on the drive. Swim move to get around a defender. Puts it towards the net. The shot from Ty Chase is off the post and controlled by the Yellow Jackets. Up high with a hit from one of the Comets. The Yellow Jackets will keep possession. Lopiccolo will rocket it down the field to Jake Nanoski. Absorbing the hit was Ryan Frankovic. And now the ball will be jarred loose from Jake Nanoski, and Capital will secure possession to get the stoppage in play on the flag. Capital will go a man down. .5:55 to play in this fourth quarter. Baldwin Wallace 15, Capital 12. Capital on a 3-goal streak to cut the Yellow Jacket lead in half from 6 down to 3. Jake Kuhnman will get play restarted. It gets reversed behind the net to Bennett Trout. Out to Jake Nanoski, now to Kuhnman. Back to Jake Nanoski now on the left, or on the right wing, I should say, over to Kuhnman. It gets reversed. Out to Ian Sheely, now behind the net to Trout. Back to Sheely. He winds, fires it towards the net, and it is deflected up and over the security netting on the field, and it heads up one of the ramps that leads to the playing surface here at Finnie Stadium. Nanoski with it on the right wing, fires it towards the net, hits near side. Bennett Trout trying to keep it alive. He'll scoop it away from the net, and now it will be sent out of bounds by the Capital Comets. BW will keep possession. Bennett Trout will start with possession. Out top, it's shot towards the net by Moser, and it goes wide to the right. The Yellow Jackets will once again keep possession with Bennett Trout restarting play. Pass to Jake Nanoski. Nanoski out to Kuhnman, out to Moser, over to Sheely. Back to Moser, now to Kuhnman on the right side. Sheely in the left corner to Trout. He winds, fires, and puts it into the net for the Yellow Jacket goal. BW now 16-12. They are in front of the Capital Comets with 4:54 to play in this fourth quarter. Sheely picks up the helper as the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets extend their advantage by 1. The draw is controlled by the Comets. Nodé batted it back to Jacob Poole, who then sends it over to Jake Belt. Belt on the far right side. Has it deflected out of his stick, but it's controlled by the Comets. Poole hustles after it, gives it out top to Montgomery. Back to Poole. Poole back to Montgomery, near side. Montgomery on the drive. Going to his right. Gives it to Belt. Belt trying to fight his way around a Yellow Jacket defender. Winds and puts it into the back of the net for the Capital Comet goal. Jake Belt with a couple of fourth quarter tallies here to keep Capital within striking distance of the Yellow Jackets. 4:12 left in the fourth quarter. Baldwin Wallace 16, Capital 13, as Evan Vetter and Tyler Liu will head to the faceoff circle. The draw is won by the Yellow Jackets. It's Owen Tafe to Bennett Trout. He rifles a quick shot on net that's saved by Cadlick. He outlets it. Now it's up the field to Jake Belt. Belt has it poked loose, and it's scooped up by Owen Tafe. He outlets it to Noah Bartos, but it's stolen away by the Comets. Some errant passing leads to turnovers by both teams there. Now Capital smartly trying to settle things down. Max Schillig had possession and gave it up to Nathan Montgomery. Now it's Jacob Poole with it, and Capital being very deliberate with this possession. They're down by 3, looking to make it a 2-goal deficit. Poole jams on the brakes, spins to his left, loses his balance, but keeps possession. Now sends it over to Nathan Montgomery. Montgomery takes it behind the net. Feigns the scoop pass. Now he will give it to Jacob Belt. Belt with it. Out top to Jacob Poole. He winds and shoots, and it's saved by Samuel Lopiccolo. Lopiccolo outlets it to Owen Tafe, who gives it right back to Lopiccolo. He'll reverse it over to Loudon Peters on the left side. Peters up to Sheely. Sheely spins around one Capital player, lobs it across midfield to Bennett Trout. Over to Kuhnman. Kuhnman to Jake Nanoski. Yellow Jackets in no hurry, as there's 2 minutes and 15 seconds and counting left in this fourth quarter. BW up by 3. 46 seconds left on the shot clock. Noah Dodgen with it for the Yellow Jackets. Dodgen to Bennett Trout. Trout outlets it to Jake Kuhnman. Kuhnman walks it towards the net, flips it over to Nanoski. Nanoski behind the net to Noah Dodgen. Out front to Kuhnman. Now to Nanoski. He'll send it left side to Sheely. Sheely fakes the shot, backs it back out. 10 on the shot clock. Sheely with it in the middle of the field to Trout. He tries to redirect it into the upper right corner, and it goes wide of the net. Yellow Jackets will keep possession. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. It's Noah Dodgen with it, and he lobs it into the far corner to burn the remaining seconds on the shot clock and make Capital go the full length of the field. 1:20 to play here in this fourth quarter. Capital trails by 3, 16-13. Cadlick with it, sends it up the field. He's 25 yards away from his goal. Now he'll head back toward his cage as Capital gets into the attack zone. A stoppage in play, and it looks like we're going to have the second and final timeout from the Capital Comets with 58 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. While we have this break, I want to remind you one final time that tonight's Yellow Jacket men's lacrosse game is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics. University Hospitals, Trasinski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes, and Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Tonight's game is also brought to you by the Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event. And Antonio's Pizzeria of Middleburg Heights, the official pizza sponsor of Yellow Jacket Athletics. You're enjoying tonight's Yellow Jacket men's lacrosse game on BWYellowJackets.com and OAC TV. 1 minute left in this fourth quarter. It's Baldwin Wallace 16, Capital 13. The winner moves on to Saturday's Ohio Athletic Conference Tournament Championship game. And we know now that that game will be across the county in University Heights as the top-seeded Blue Streaks beat the Ohio Northern Polar Bears 7-5 in tonight's other OAC semifinal. We're back underway. It goes to Mason Spalding, the Capital Comets 70-goal scorer, with it on our left wing. Sends it out top to Montgomery. Montgomery on the drive. Sends it towards the net. It's deflected, it's loose, and it's scooped up by Samuel Lopiccolo. He outlets it to Noah Bartos. Bartos loses his footing, keeps possession, sends it across midfield. It's deflected away by the Comets. Credit James Howenstein with the deflection, and now it's Spalding with it. He loses a handle on it. Jake Belt scoops up the loose ball. It gets sent out to Nathan Montgomery. Capital down by 3, has to get a shot lifted quickly. Ty Chase with it, bounces it towards the goal, bounces it way over the goal, and the Comets will keep possession with 13 seconds left in this game. It's Nathan Montgomery with it, out to Ty Chase. He'll fire it towards the net, and he hit his own teammate, Mason Spalding, in the shoulder, and then goes over like a good teammate, taps him on the shoulder and says, dude, I'm sorry, man. I was trying to get that on net. I didn't mean to catch you. As the final seconds tick off, the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets get back to the Ohio Athletic Conference Tournament Championship game once more, courtesy of a 16-13 win over the third-seeded Capital Comets. The championship game will be across the county in University Heights on Saturday at a time to be announced. Taking a look at the final statistics for you. Baldwin Wallace outshot Capital 45-41, but the teams were even in shots on goal at 26 apiece. Baldwin Wallace had 13 saves. Capital had 10. Capital dominated the faceoff circle 22-11. Ground balls were even at 34. Clears, Baldwin Wallace 16 of 17. Capital 10 of 11. Turnovers even at 11. Caused turnovers 7-6 in favor of Capital. BW went 2 of 4 on the man up. Capital went 0 of 4 on the man up. 4 penalties for each team for 210 seconds each. Taking a look at the individual numbers. Samuel Lopiccolo in goal, 13 saves, 13 goals allowed on 41 shots faced, a 50% save effort in 60 minutes against the Comets. Leading the way in goals tonight, Noah Dodgen and Bennett Trout with 4 each. Nate Hoover had 2. Jake Nanoski, Hunter Bain, Paxton Allison, Ian Sheely, Jake Kuhnman, and Reichen Geiselhart each had 1. Leading the way in assists with 2 each. Ian Sheely and Bennett Trout. Dodgen, Nanoski, Hunter Bain, and Jake Kuhnman finished with 1 each. It shows that the Yellow Jackets had much better passing and decision-making in that second half, as they had just 1 assist at the halftime, and they end up with 7 for the game. Looking at Capital's side of the ledger, Luke Kadlick had 16 goals allowed, 10 saves on 45 shots faced, a .385 save percentage. Jake Belt led the way with 4 goals. Ty Chase and Mason Spalding with 3 each. Aiden Manning, Jacob Poole, and Tyler Liu added 1 each. Nathan Montgomery led the way, along with Max Schillig with 2 assists each, while Mason Spalding and Eric Patterson had the other helpers. Once again, the second-seeded Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets win the OAC semifinal matchup against the third-seeded Capital Comets, 16-13. Baldwin Wallace moves to 10-6 overall on the season, 6-1 here at home. They now take the act on the road across the county to play the Blue Streaks on Saturday for the Ohio Athletic Conference Tournament Championship. BW 4-4 away from home this season. They are now on an 8-game winning streak. Their last loss came to those very same Blue Streaks on that very same field in University Heights on April 3rd. So the Yellow Jackets with a shot at redemption with a postseason berth on the line on Saturday, and we wish them the best of luck. Congratulations on a great season. Also, to the Capital Comets, who had just 2 losses from March 17th through the end of the regular season and the first round of the Ohio Athletic Conference tournament. Had a great season once again by the Capital Comets. And for everybody here at Baldwin Wallace, I thank you very much for listening tonight and all season long to BW Men's Lacrosse action on BWYellowJackets.com and OAC TV. Once again, for everybody here in Berea, I'm Matt Florchancic. Thanks for watching all season long. Have a great night, everybody. And now and always, remember, go Jackets.